Oh, yeah, there we go. We're
Live from FedEx Forum, this is The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Hello, good people.
That's sing all fish.
Welcome to the Odds Couple, everybody. Monday edition of the large program. This is Chapter 6, Week 29. Week 29 of the program. Glad you were with us. We got a busy show for you. It is college basketball conference tournament week. We will look at the brackets coming up. We got some fish nuggets coming up on the show. We got some free picks at the end of the show. And we don't have Who Said It today.
Oh, man.
We don't have Who Said It. Lang is out today.
Who said we don't have Who Said It?
Oh, do you have it?
Rob Fisher said it.
Oh, yeah, I said it, yeah.
That's who said it.
Yeah. Lang he's out this week. He'll be back next week with us here on The Odds Couple. In for Lang today, I got everybody else. I'm very excited to have y'all. John Roser is here. Hello,
I'm
John
here.
Roser. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, man? Happy to be here.
Good to have you. Good to have you. Talk about a big weekend and a big week ahead, too.
Yeah, we
it's
got
time. It's tournament time.
Look, we got two Grizz dubs.
Yeah,
we
on the road.
Yeah, on the road. We had the Boston Celtics doing the Lord's work this weekend and beating the Lakers. So we got some NFL free agency that's happened. Big Auburn Alabama game this weekend that happened. Tigers won the AAC. Let's go. March Madness is here. It's conference championship week. I love it.
Absolutely. CJ Hurt also here as well. Hello, CJ. How are you?
I've been better. Michigan went out there and laid the fattest, softest, most gentle egg against Michigan State over the weekend.
So I know how much
I can't stand what I watched. That, especially that first. Had to be the softest first half of basketball I've ever seen in Michigan history.
That's unfortunate. You hate Duke basketball.
Can't stand them.
So I'm doing the hustle game yesterday.
Yeah.
We are playing the Salt Lake City Stars. And there are very few times, I'd say, in the G League that I've ever gotten like kind of, whoa, that's yeah. Actually, this might be the only one. And I've even walked into the gym before when we've had a noon game, and I've walked in on a Saturday at 10 a.m., and I'm like, hey, that's a Mecca Okafor warming up for a team. The head coach of the Salt Lake City Stars, and I was a Carolina guy, so I also hated this guy and hated Duke. Wojo.
What?
Steve Wojciechowski is the head coach of the Salt Lake City Stars, yeah.
How about that?
Steve Wojciechowski, yeah. And I was like, that's Wojo. I was like, that's Wojo. Yeah. And we'll tie this around to March Madness. One of their star players, you remember him from Oral Roberts and their run they had a couple years ago, Max Asmus.
Ah.
Yeah, Max Asmus. Dropped like 25 on us yesterday.
How about that? It all comes back to the
Some
madness
players
of
just
March.
some players just light up when this time of the year comes, regardless of college or pro. It's like I said it on Jessica's show. It's like they're sleeper agents. Think about the Russian sleeper agents, and they need the keyword to activate. Like as soon as we start getting the March music for the madness, Al Horford is one of those players. Just activates this time of the year and becomes a different thing entirely. It's like, how is 38-year-old Al Horford locking up Luka Doncic on the outside on the perimeter right there? It's March. That's how.
It's March.
He activates himself. There's a bunch of sleeper agents out there that come alive when March comes.
Maybe Ja.
Maybe Ja. Ja's another one. Yeah, absolutely. Where March comes
couple
through.
Of games.
Like, it's different. It's my time now. Yeah.
What did we watch this weekend? Did you watch a lot of college basketball?
I saw some of Auburn, Alabama.
Great game.
Saw a little bit of the second half, and then I saw the ending in the overtime. That Phylon kid, Devin told me, Team Thad, played for Team Thad here in Memphis. That's an impressive win for Alabama. Auburn really doesn't have anything to play for, but it doesn't matter in that game. They're playing to beat the other team. Like, those teams are playing really hard.
I wish that last possession was a bit different for Auburn. They just gave Broom the ball and then kind of cleared out for him. I would have loved to have seen them run a play.
Yeah, well, he had hit 2 big shots for him.
Run a play
overtime.
to get him something easier. Get him curling down to that left block, back to the basket, and then let him work that sort of a way. Not just, hey, here's the ball, free throw line extended over on the right side. Do what you can with it.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that. Sears, big shot. Awesome game.
Off of a play. Sears, yes. Alabama in that situation ran a play, second option, third option, got it to Sears. Defense had already been moved, gets downhill, and nice floater.
Then the floater. Yeah.
Impressive.
And then I saw the second half of Lakers Celtics, and then yesterday, and then obviously Friday night I watched the Grizz, and Sunday night I watched the Grizz.
Yeah, CJ, what'd you get into?
Oh, well, I'm sorry. The Grizz played the Birmingham Squadron last night. Trey Murphy and the Birmingham Squadron. Who they beat?
Saw the Grizz games. They won. Saw the Alabama game as well. Saw, unfortunately, Michigan State pitted on USC Michigan for a hot second. It looked like Michigan was going to do something unthinkable and knock off USC in the Big Ten Women's College Basketball Tournament. And Juju and the rest of the Trojans just too much for Michigan to handle there in that fourth quarter. Caught some of UCLA, USC in the championship game. UCLA ended up pulling away from USC in that one there. Crazy. What a wild thing to say, UCLA Big Ten champs.
Yeah.
But they're champs on the women's side, and that's a damn good women's basketball team over there. I think that's of the two, if I was putting money on it, and who knows, my palm is itching, Rob. It's March, my palm is itching, baby. If I'm putting money on it, I would put more money on the UCLA side to get to the Final Four than I would on the USC side of things. They are just so very one-dimensional with Juju, and if she's not remarkable, phenomenal, which she can be on a night-in, night-out basis, but if there's one game where she's not, I'm not sure what USC can do.
Yeah. All right, let's look at the SEC scores from the weekend. It was Missouri losing again at home and giving up 90 points again as they lose to Kentucky 91-83. It was Arkansas just getting by Mississippi State by a point. A big win for Arkansas on that bubble. Vanderbilt, their hot run ended in Georgia, 79-68. Bulldogs winning that one in Tennessee over South Carolina, 75-65. That Alabama win was impressive. The overtime win for the Tide over Auburn. A&M getting a win over LSU. Ole Miss getting beat up by Florida. And Oklahoma wins at Texas in a bubble game as well. Ole Miss struggling here heading into the tournament.
Are they struggling or are they playing in the SEC?
Yeah.
Because Ole Miss, top 5 in the nation turnovers per game, right? So they're not turning the ball over. They're a pretty solid team offensively. They're pretty good defensively as well. That's a 1 seed. All right. Right now, the season ends today. I do believe Florida would be one of the 4 1 seeds. Yeah. And I can't remember who else Ole Miss has lost to in this stretch, but I'm going to go out on a limb here, Rob. Probably a top 20 team in the net because
Mississippi
the SEC
State game at
is
home
full of them. Well, that hurts.
So they lost both to Mississippi State. Mississippi State beat them both games this year, so that just is a tough one. No, they had the 3-game losing skid. They lost to Mississippi State, which, again, I don't think that's horrible. They lost to Vandy. They lost at Vandy, and then they lost at Auburn. Like, whatever. But then they just won 2 straight. Like, before that Florida game, they beat Tennessee.
And we've seen a SEC team here last week, so recently, have one of these type of streaks, multi-game losing streaks, and then they snap it by beating Auburn. Yeah, right? Texas A&M had a 4-game losing streak going into that Auburn game. It was like, ooh, Texas A&M might not be as good as we thought. But Texas A&M, 4-game losing streak in the SEC, still a top 25 team in the AP, maybe a top 20 team at the time. And then they go out there and knock off Auburn. The SEC is just loaded. You're going to have, unless you're Auburn or Florida or Tennessee, Alabama, throw them in there as well. Unless you're one of those four, you're probably going to have 3 or 4 game losing streaks in the SEC, or had a 3 or 4 game losing streak in this conference at some point because it's just so good.
Did you know since January 4th the record of the SEC is 500?
Yes.
Well, I take that back. I take that back. They're not that good.
Their only 2 losses, Ole Miss's 2 losses to teams who at the time were not ranked, are Vanderbilt and Memphis. Now, Mississippi State's not ranked anymore, but their other losses, so Mississippi State and Vanderbilt are the only teams that they've lost to that are not ranked. Their other losses, Florida, Auburn again, Missouri, Texas A&M, Memphis. Like, I think it's just a schedule.
Look at Missouri's schedule. What have they done down the stretch here? Because it's not been good. And the thing is,
Missouri's lost 3 in a
points.
row. Yeah, Vandy, Oklahoma, and Kentucky, and they have given up 97, 96, and 91. That is really difficult to do in college basketball. Yeah. And their loss before, and they beat South Carolina by 30 because everybody does. The game before that, Arkansas, they lost. They gave up 92. They lost that one 92-85. They seem to be a team that they score. They just have to outscore you, Missouri.
84.5 points per game, top 10 in the nation. I think that has them 8th, tied for 8th with.
There's only some of these that they
Florida.
haven't scored a ton. Texas A&M 67-64, Texas 61-53, but even like the wins, 83 points, 88 points, a loss. They had 81 in a loss, another win, 82, 87, 110 against Alabama. Man, that Alabama win is great. It's a great win.
Missouri's got wins. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
Quad 1 wins over Kansas, Florida, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Georgia, and Alabama. So, like, that's 5 or 6 games right there. It's 6 games right there. 6 wins over Quad 1 teams.
Yeah.
But they got 10 Quad 1 losses, which 6 wins, 10 losses, good enough to put them 21st in the net.
Yeah.
Right? So, yes, Missouri is struggling right now. But some of that is, all right, they're playing the SEC.
Right.
Those teams are good. You're not getting an easy game on any of these nights when you're out there playing.
Yeah. I remember some of those years in the Big Ten, some years throwback a long, long time ago in the ACC, and you would watch those conferences, and they would pass the eye test. Like, the teams would pass the eye test. You're like, yeah, these are good basketball teams. I don't know if they're all going to make Elite 8 runs or even all Sweet 16 runs, but these teams all pass the eye test. That's a really good basketball team. And the SEC beyond passes
Right
that.
now,
you watch them, and it's like, yeah, these teams are all really good.
Right now, Lenardi has 13 SEC teams in the field, with Texas just on the outside.
It just means more.
Potentially, assuming there's not an absurd amount of bid thieves and Texas do something crazy like get to a SEC championship game in the conference tournament this week, you could be looking at 14 SEC teams in the field. 14 of the 16 SEC teams making it to the big dance, which would be truly remarkable.
Are Alabama and Auburn basketball schools? React.
Paul?
Alabama and Auburn are now basketball schools.
Auburn definitely is.
Auburn is absolutely a basketball
when the hell are they?
school now.
No, they are
Yes, they are.
Since Cam Newton?
No.
When's the last time you cared about Auburn football?
Okay, hey, no.
No.
Fish, no. Let's do this. I'm not even going to say this year. We don't even have to start it this year. Let's start 25-26 next season. And I'm telling you, in the next 5 years, who has a better chance of winning the national championship? Auburn basketball or Auburn football? Who would you put your money on?
Well, Auburn basketball. Right?
Exactly.
Easy
Basketball school.
Doesn't mean it's
Auburn's
a basketball school.
Auburn's a basketball school.
Football is dead at Auburn.
Goodness. Oh, man. Y'all both crazy.
Well, yes, we are, but
War damn Eagle.
Auburn's still a basketball
damn
school.
Eagle.
Do they let the Eagle out in the basketball arena?
No.
Okay.
Didn't Grant Nelson do that on Saturday after he had that awesome dunk? It was a great day for white American basketball players.
Shout out white American basketball players.
It was a great moment for us, Fish. I mean, Grant Nelson he's got the creepy mustache, and that man just came down and hammered that one on the break, and then he hit the hit the War Eagle right on Auburn. Yeah.
The Memphis Tigers got themselves a win to close out the regular season as they beat South Florida 84-68. The Tigers finished the regular season at 26-5, 84-68 the final. PJ Haggerty had 20 points in the game, 8 rebounds, 5 assists as well as the Tigers beat USF 84-68. Good for the Tigers. According to all the bracket stuff, they're looking at an 8 seed at this point.
That's what's weird. So Nardi has him as an 8. Palm has him as a 6. Usually there's not that much difference by this point in the season on what you would project a team to be. Like, usually Lenardi and Palm, they're right. I mean, they've pretty much got the same thing. They may have it changed. Like, they could have a team as a 7 and a team as a 10, but they just don't have them playing each other. Like, Lenardi could have them playing each other, but Palm will have, them playing somebody else, but the seeds are the same. So that's what's weird to me. If they want to split that and get a 7, I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
I'd be cool with the tie. I do not want to be on that 8-9 line. Do not want to be on.
Got to win the conference championship.
Yeah.
I mean, to move up on the seeding, you got to win the conference championship, the conference tournament. So that's. I mean, we kind of know that from the beginning. When it comes to conference play, losses suck.
They can't lose. If they lose, they're going to be on the 8-9 line. If they lose in the conference tournament, they're on the 8-9 line.
Absolutely.
And what's the issue with 8-9? What's the issue with the 8-9 line?
Because you might have to play Auburn in the second round.
Well, good news is you already played
Duke.
Auburn, so you probably wouldn't play Auburn in the second round.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
So you already played them. You'd probably be away from them.
Or you play Duke. Houston would be fun.
What?
Let me tell you something.
I mean, just because we've played Houston in the past, be a little.
The last 2
back
times,
when the conference wasn't. I mean, it was crappy, but it wasn't as crappy.
Last 2 times I've watched Houston play, they are impressive defensively.
Yeah.
I mean, they've held
You
a lot
still
of
don't
teams
trust
under
their
60
offense?
points. I don't trust their offense at all. What's his name? Cryer bails them out a lot because they just get really stagnant and just don't really run any.
I don't understand.
I must have said something.
You said. What's going on, Siri, baby?
Sorry, Siri.
Fish, you were cooking right there.
I don't even
like you were
remember.
really about to cook about Houston's offense.
They get really
Siri
stagnant.
interrupted.
Cryer bails them out.
Yeah, and just they don't. I don't trust their offense. I don't trust it at all. I think they're in too close of games for how good they're supposed to be, and they are because their defense is so good. I mean,
So it's one player that bails them
out.
out.
Yeah.
This is the same thing. This is why we all have doubts about Tennessee in the tournament. Is they are so dependent on the one player on offense that if it's not if that
Linear.
person's if he's not cooking, Tennessee can struggle to really score the ball, and that can be a problem in the tournament.
Yep, it's that time of year. All right, how about some big beats?
Let's get
some
it.
big beats from the
I like
weekend.
big beats.
The
Can't
first
have lie.
one, we're just going with dancing. Dancing is our first one. Omaha men's basketball team has clinched their first NCAA tournament berth in program history. So congratulations to Omaha.
Where's
And-
that?
What is that?
Where's Omaha?
Nebraska?
Okay. I didn't know if this was one of those Detroit
It
things
might
where
be.
Detroit is
Oakland,
or Oakland is in Detroit but not in California. Okay,
Well,
cool.
I might be wrong, but I'm just going to guess they're in Omaha.
We're gonna say Omaha, Nebraska. Let's get it.
And also, one of my favorite teams, Roser, Drake. The Drake Bulldogs.
Love Drake.
Love the Drake.
Look, I love Drake because of what they did for us a couple years ago, cover it all the time. I'm still a
every
fan.
night.
Ben McCollum, an amazing job this year.
I love
First year.
Nokia.
Drake has their first 30-win season in program history, and they're the only team with 30 wins this season in all of the NCAA. Congratulations to the Drake Bulldogs winning
Drake.
the Missouri Valley Conference.
Gary Parrish was on the Jessica Benson show and just talking college basketball like he does, and he said Drake might be, if Drake is a 12 seed, which they very well might be, everybody's gonna put money on Drake because they 30-win season. They remember what Drake did because Drake didn't just win us a bunch of money a couple years ago. They won everybody a bunch of money if you rolled that, and so people are gonna be more than willing to put all their money on Drake in that 5-12 matchup.
Yeah. All right, second of the big beats. It's an end of an era. Stanford women's basketball fell in the first round of the ACC tournament, and they are going to miss out on the NCAA tournament for the first time since 1987.
Wow.
A streak of 36 consecutive appearances, second longest streak in NCAA tournament history, behind only Tennessee's 42. And this is the first year without Tara Vanderveer.
Coach Vanderveer. Yeah.
How about that?
That's how good a coach he was, man.
That's right. And then the NBA MVP, The argument this week is for Nikola Jokic for the NBA MVP. It's down to two guys. It's Nikola Jokic or SGA. But how about this from Jokic? He just had a game where he had 31 points, 22 rebounds, and 22 assists, which is absurd. In NBA history, there has been one 30, 20, and 20 game. There's been one 30, 15, and 15 game in 35 minutes or less. There's one 15, 15, 15 game in 30 minutes or less. There's one 15, 15, 15 game with no missed field goals. One 25-point triple-double with no missed field goals or free throws. All 5 of those were by Jokic, all at 5 separate games.
No.
Those are all different games, yeah.
He's a ridiculous basketball player.
In Friday's game that he had, if you split his minutes played in half, he had a triple-double in both halves. First time in NBA history anyone has ever done that.
Huh.
Who's the MVP?
The MVP?
Yeah.
Jokic. But SGA is going to win.
I think I agree with. Well, I think I agree with you.
Jokic is the best player. Jokic
win.
is the best player in basketball. SGA is going to win running away. But Jokic is the best player in basketball. If you were to say who had a 30-20-20, somebody had a 30-20-20 stat line.
Jokic.
He's the only one you would guess. Yeah. The only player you would guess did that. There's not another player in the league that you think could do that.
Who would be if I said nope, not Jokic? I'd say Luka.
I think Luka. I would think Luka. 30-20-20. Giannis?
Wemby?
I don't know if Wemby would get the
20 blocks.
Assist.
Oh, I didn't know we were only doing assists.
Blocks.
20 blocks.
Yeah.
So. Like, Wemby's going to give me a 20-block game before it's all said and done. I know that.
Giannis.
The assists, though. It's the
How many assists? Giannis averages like 7 or 8 assists a game.
Does he?
Dude, 22 is absurd.
That's wild, ridiculous. I would say SGA is the MVP. They both have these sort of eye-popping stats.
Giannis averages 6 assists.
That's way more than I thought he did.
He averages 31 and 12. Giannis does.
That's incredible. Yeah. SGA has the most consecutive 20-point games, I think, since like James Harden in 2018, and since Kobe Bryant had his streak in 2006, I want to say, right? Like SGA has some eye-popping numbers as well. It's not like Jokic is, wow, 30-20-20 is a different thing entirely. Right. I think if you take the totality of the season and say, okay, let's look at these incredible numbers that these two are putting up. They're both putting up incredible numbers, incredible stats, things we hadn't seen before. They're both 1 and 2 in the West with their teams, so the teams are both having success. I think sometimes this comes down to, okay, how much more success is this person's team having than the other person? And I think that's what's going to put SGA over the top.
I think it puts SGA over the top because Jokic is a multiple time
I think he's
winner.
already won it. I think he's
part.
already won it 3 times. I do think both of their teams are terrible without them. Like, I don't think Oklahoma City's a playoff team without SGA. Denver, I think, might be the worst team in the West without SGA or without Jokic. I mean, they want probably not the worst team, but I mean, they're bad. They're at the bottom down there. They are definitely at the bottom without Jokic. But yeah, it's going to be SGA will win it. And I would have said a couple of years. I would have said maybe like 10 years ago, LeBron could do 30-20-20.
Yeah,
I would.
Not right now.
See that? I don't think right now. No. That's a lot like he does some amazing stuff still, but one of the things he doesn't have the ball in his hand as much anymore. Like he trusts Jokic to be able to handle the ball, or trusts Luka to be able to handle the ball, and Luka's got the ball in his hands a lot, and that's a big thing for Luka. That LeBron actually tells you what LeBron thinks of Luka, that he allows that to happen.
Yeah.
So.
All right, let's take a break.
To the finals.
We'll take a break here on the Odds Couple. When we come back, we'll talk a little Grizz. Good weekend for the Grizzlies, and now back home for 4. Hoping the homestand is better than the last one. We'll also have fish nuggets coming up.
Nugs.
That's next here on the Odds Couple on Grind City Media.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Our fans have a huge impact on our ability to play to the level that we're striving for.
Drop off, Durant. Oh! Well, you wanted home crowd involvement.
I love those moments where you see our guys engaging in the fans, and the fans just get pumped up.
They are standing in FedEx Forum.
I would hate to be on the other side with the opposition when FedEx Forum's rolling. That's such an unbelievable relationship that our group has with our fans.
When it's all on the line, you turn to the strong, the stable, the unwavering, to those with a history of raising their performance to meet the moment. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Where will Aaron Rodgers play?
Gosh.
God, I can't believe we're doing this again.
You know who it's going to be.
Oh.
Tennessee Titans. Tighten up.
Oh, no.
You know they're going to do it. You know they're going to do it.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Welcome back to The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Odds Couple Monday edition of the Large Program. Don't forget, we're with you every Monday and Thursday at 2 o'clock live here on the Grind City Media app and the Grind City Media YouTube channel. You can watch live every Monday and Thursday at 2 o'clock. Thursday, we'll get you set for the weekend coming up. Monday, we recap the weekend, and it was a good weekend for the Memphis Grizzlies. 2 wins on the road, winning at Dallas 122-111 on Friday night. Desmond Bain with 27 points, 16 rebounds, for crying out loud, as the Grizzlies win it by 11. And then Sunday night, Grizzlies in New Orleans taking on the Pelicans and getting the win over New Orleans, 107-104. Desmond Bain had 30 in the game. Ja Morant was spectacular in both games, called 12 in the fourth quarter, as he had 11 points in the fourth quarter of both games as the Grizzlies win them both. Roser, I look at the weekend for the Grizzlies, and at this point of the season, I don't really care who the opponent is. A W and a W on the road matters, and it matters big time. Grizz come home 2-0, success.
Yeah, no, you played the 2 most battered teams in the league, so you should win. It doesn't matter how you win. I mean, it kind of does, but it doesn't. Like, well, then in the end of the day, it goes in the right column, the left column, so that's what you needed. They got their wins. We'll see this week. Do they get? It seems like they'll get Jaren back this week. Do they have him Friday night against Cleveland? Because I would think he's probably not going to play. If he does come back this week, he's not going to play both of that back-to-back set. So if he plays Friday night against Cleveland, that's the test this week. And I think tonight's a little bit of a test, too, because, like Dallas and New Orleans don't even have pulses. Like, Phoenix at least still has a pulse. Like, it's a small pulse. Like, it's barely there, but it's there.
Last time played Phoenix in this building, you got a really good big 3 for Phoenix that night.
You did.
I mean, that was maybe the best Phoenix has looked against us in the last couple of years.
That was a unicorn. That was a real unicorn, because Bradley Beal's only played like 15 games. So the fact you got all 3 of them, So the fact that you got all 3 of them at one time is crazy. So no, it's you play a team that does have a little bit more of a pulse tonight. So it will be a test, especially without Jaren, how well they played you last time, and we could be without some guys too.
Yeah. CJ, your thought on the weekend for the Grizz?
Hey, take care of business, man. Went out there, beat teams you were supposed to beat. It further solidifies my thought that this team, if all 3, Jaren, John, Dez, aren't on the court having monster performances, I question how many games this team can win in the playoffs, let alone whether or not they can win a playoff series.
I question that even when they're all three there. But,
Not just there. All three of them 20-plus point games, right? Like, they've got to be dominant when they play, and all of them have to play in a 7-game series if there's any chance for this Grizzlies team to win games in the playoffs, let alone, like I said, a series. The supporting cast isn't quite what I thought they were going to be this year. Now, it hurts them. In that Pelicans game, you're without Kennard and Santi. To me, your best bench perimeter player and your best, and then that's not just to me, this is just for everybody. Your best big bench player and your best perimeter bench player both being out against the Pelicans certainly didn't help matters. You throw into that Jaren being out as well. Just going forward, the sooner they can get him back, the better, because that is somebody who I would think, if he hits the 65-game threshold, which I hope that he does, is going to not only be an all-NBA type performer, but somebody who would get MVP votes, plural, a top 5 vote getter in the NBA MVP race because of what he can do offensively and defensively for you. So the sooner you can get that type of player back, the better off you'll be. And they need big games from Dez. They need big games from Ja if they're going to advance in the playoffs.
Yeah, and they got them this weekend for sure. The standings, Oklahoma City at the top, running away in the Western Conference. Lakers and the Nuggets 12 back, tied for that second and third spot. Lakers up by percentage points. Grizzlies just 1 game back of both of them. Rockets a game back of the Grizzlies. And then you got Golden State, Minnesota, and the Clippers battling for the 6 through 8 spots. And then the Phoenix Suns down there at number 11. They're a game and a half behind Dallas. They have to feel like if they play well, they should catch Dallas with the way things are going in Dallas. Right?
Yeah, they should catch Dallas. That Dallas team, just a tip of the cap of them. They're feisty. They might not have a whole lot of dudes, and they certainly don't have many people over 6'10". But they went out there against the Grizzlies and then followed it up against the Suns, and they were feisty. They fought all the way through to the end and made things real uncomfortable for both of those teams. It was an 11-point win for the Grizzlies on Friday night, but that did not feel like an 11-point game for most of that contest. They ended up doing the same thing the next game to the Phoenix Suns, where Dallas was in that game, not necessarily in control of it, but they were in that game and they were leading for large portions of that game. And then the Suns find a way to close them out. It's not going to be easy, because that's while we don't think those Dallas players are any good, those Dallas players don't give a damn what we think. They're out there competing, they're fighting, and they're trying to win as many games as possible on the court. They just don't have enough bodies for that to be the case. And you would assume that eventually the Suns just win enough games to overtake them for that 10 spot.
Games of the week here in the NBA leading up until our next program on Thursday. Tonight you have Denver at Oklahoma City.
Again.
That one's fun.
Back to back.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Thunder 53-11.
Now, they ran off in the fourth quarter. We'll see tonight what Denver's got.
Tuesday got Milwaukee at Indiana. Wednesday, Oklahoma City is at Boston to take on the Celtics. That'll be fun as well.
Potential finals preview.
That's
Could
right.
be.
All right. How about some fish nuggets?
No.
I like them.
All right, here we go. Time for fish nuggets this week. We start with the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavaliers are hoping to make a fan favorite phrase their own ahead of the NBA playoffs. The team has submitted paperwork to trademark the term Cavalanche.
What?
Cavalanche. You a fan of Cavalanche?
Sure.
Sure. All right.
Whatever.
Cavs, 3 different 12-plus game win streaks on the season. That's impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty darn impressive. They're pretty unbelievable. And they haven't lost. Well, I'll get to that in a second. The only players in Lakers franchise history to record 200 points, 50 rebounds, 50 assists in their first 10 games, LeBron and Luka. Yeah.
That's because they weren't keeping track of that when Wilt Chamberlain was there.
I'm sure they went back, though. With some of these things, they go back and they add them up.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Since the trade deadline, the Lakers with Luka are 8-3. The Warriors with Jimmy Butler are 11-2. The Pistons with Dennis Schroeder are 9-3, and the Cavs with DeAndre Hunter are 12-0.
All right, we can get rid of those last two. Like, what do they matter?
DeAndre Hunter does matter.
Yeah, well, no. I'm not saying that DeAndre Hunter isn't good. DeAndre Hunter's the probably the sixth man of the year. But the Cavs were good before DeAndre Hunter got there.
Right.
All right, so boom, get that out of there. What the hell does Dennis Schroeder matter for? What are we talking about?
I don't know,
here?
but it's funny to go with. Jimmy Butler has absolutely made a massive difference at Golden State.
I know, and I hate it.
A massive difference.
Steph looks like he's having fun.
Yeah.
Like Steph was playing
Steph's
really
like,
well this year, but he's got that Steph Curry bop to him right
He
now.
hasn't had a player like this next to him since Clay was in his prime, or KD,
Yeah.
All right, the ACC played 180 conference games this year, with none matching teams ranked by the AP.
What?
None. That's the first time since 1966-67. Meanwhile, 43 of 144 SEC league games were ranked versus ranked.
That's incredible.
That is
Surely
pretty amazing.
Clemson and Duke would have played, I thought, ranked on ranked.
I guess
Yeah.
not.
Then that's going to hurt. That's not going to hurt North Carolina, but that's part of the reason why North Carolina is not getting in. They've got a bunch of wins, but none against anybody worth a damn.
1-11, I believe, in quad one.
Yeah.
Missouri Tigers, they've allowed 90-plus points in each of their last 4 losses, which have come in the last 5 games.
Yeah.
Take the over.
Let's be better defense.
Houston, the Cougs, went 10-0 in Big 12 road games this year. They're the first major conference team ever to go 10-0 on the road in conference play in a season.
That doesn't surprise me. That's tough to do. That doesn't surprise me that they're the first team to do that. Like going undefeated on the road is, yeah.
And then we got Michigan basketball. 11 wins by 4 or fewer points in Big Ten play this year. No other Division I men's or women's team has had double-digit such wins against conference opponents in a single season this century.
And then they got their brains beat in both by Maryland and Michigan State last two games of the season with everything in front of them.
Stood on the Sparty.
You can't do that. You didn't watch, Rob. I'm watching Michigan State players call Michigan players. Can I say it? Am I going to say it? Bitches. They're calling them bitches. They're running up and down the court like, man, get these bitches up out of here. These dudes soft as hell, man. You can't be called that. Be playing soft as hell basketball, and then at the end of the game decide, you know what? Let's be disrespectful. No, you had all game to be disrespectful. They're calling you bitches to your face. Step to one of them then. Don't get punked all damn game and then decide, you know what? We're going to stand on the logo. That's for winners, Rob. That's like Michigan getting the hell beat out of them by Ohio State and then deciding, you know what? We lost. We're still going to plant the flag, though. No, you don't do that. You want to stand on logos? Win. At least fight. That first half for Michigan basketball, it was atrocious. Michigan State was up close to 20, maybe 18 or something like that, and should have been up 50. 50, Rob. No, you don't get to do stuff like that if you're playing soft as hell basketball.
We will take a break here on the Odds Couple when we come back.
Damn
know
team.
who said it. We're not doing who said it today because Lang's out. CJ said it. We're going to play Which Bracket Do You Like? We're going to do that when we return here on the Odds Couple on Grind City Media.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GBWR.
Number 9, man. I'm gonna be ready and hype. Let's just gonna be hype. My banner gonna be up right next to my brothers, Zebo, Big Spain. It's a great feeling, man. Never imagined this. I didn't think this would ever be a thing, and it's one of the biggest days of my life. I'm looking forward to it.
Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
45-minute video on Tony Allen on YouTube.
I just saw it yesterday.
He managed to dominate the NBA for 14 years, despite missing one of basketball's most important skills. But here's the crazy thing.
Why does that hurt your feelings?
It didn't hurt my feelings.
It's
no.
positive.
He police. He at least should have more of my highlights.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Welcome back to The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Odds Couple, Monday edition of the large program. Glad you are with us here on this Monday afternoon. No Lang Whitaker today. He is out this week.
Single on Fish.
Roser, CJ here, and we are normally at this time, we play the game show that has swept America called Who Said It. But Lang does that.
Wait, say it again. I got it queued up now.
Who said it?
Who said it?
There we go.
Yeah, that's normally what we do at this time. But we're not going to do that today because it was, we're just not.
Yeah. Okay.
It's Lang's job, and he's not here. None of us picked up the slack.
None of us picked up the slack. That was the problem. So, but what we're going to do, we are going to play a game. When the brackets come out, it's one of the great days of the year in sports.
I think the best day of the year in sports.
Now, are you still you have a hard copy of your bracket?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You got to have a hard copy.
Absolutely.
Right? And the best
I got
bracket,
like 5 of them because I'll probably lose one or 2 of them.
right?
Yeah.
The best bracket for the NCAA tournament is the ESPN bracket. There's not a lot of fluff or advertising. The teams, you got your teams, their record, everything. The regions, you got the names of you got everything. All the information you need is on there. It's perfect. The size is perfect. Everything. The CBS one that's got too much advertising on it. The big banner at the top. Yahoo's the same. So the best one's ESPN. So
and it looks good vertically and horizontally when you print it off.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
So we have all these conference brackets.
Let's do it.
I want to get your thoughts on what you think of these brackets. All right. And we can talk about the bracket and the tournament when we get to each bracket. We'll start with the AAC, the American Athletic Conference Championship bracket. It's an all right looking bracket. I mean, that is a lot of wasted space over on the left.
Yeah, why do I need that big ass AAC men's basketball championship bracket logo over there? I can't even read the names of the teams.
Well, they're not on there. They're just the logos.
Make it a little smaller.
Oh, so they're just the logos?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is just the logos.
Yeah, so that's
I don't
terrible.
like that.
That's
I don't like
terrible.
that. Give me
No.
team name.
How many brackets are we going through? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, all right, cool. We're gonna rank. I'm gonna rank these after.
Yeah, this is gonna start at 6. Something's got to be. Show me it is actively worse. I like UAB in this tournament right here. UAB is plus 650 to win the American, leads the conference in points per game and rebounds, 14.6 offensive rebounds per game, leads the conference. They can get extra possessions is what I'm trying to tell you people. 16.3 assists per game, leads the
What do you mean,
American.
you people?
The people listening. The people listening.
Okay.
Yeah. I only do that during Black History Month. It's not that month still, Rosa. Fewest turnovers per game in the American. And the big thing for me with UAB is they avoid Memphis until the championship game. Yeah. And Memphis is the regular season champion, and that's something to be lauded. They're gettable. One of these teams is absolutely going to get them in this tournament. If you said CJ, Memphis or the field for the American, I'd take the field. And I think UAB is that team to get it done.
Okay.
It looks like Memphis will take on, well, if it goes according to plan, they would take on Wichita State in their first game in the quarterfinals. And then would probably have to take on Tulane. Is that Tulane's level?
Yeah, I got to avenge a loss to Wichita. Didn't they lose to Wichita?
Yeah, it's Tulane. Yep, lost to Wichita on the road. One of those quad 3 losses.
Get to the finals, right?
Wichita and who? Temple?
Wichita, Temple. Yeah, Wichita and Temple in conference.
Yeah, those are the two. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Memphis,
I think
Memphis gets to the finals at least, right?
Yeah.
Everybody?
Memphis wins it.
Memphis wins it?
Yeah,
All right,
whatever.
cool.
I
They win it.
think they
Go for
get
it.
there. I don't know. Memphis could mess around and
They could.
and lose to Tulane in the next round. I don't know.
All right, next one up, we're going to look at the SEC, Southeastern Conference tournament.
Okay. See, this is how it's done right here. I like this one. It's not a whole lot of stuff going on the sides. You've got enough space there to throw down and jot down your notes if you so choose to. We can make that top part a little bit smaller, though.
Yeah.
Make that top part a little bit smaller.
Make the team names bigger.
Yes. Yeah. But I like that.
You're using like 9-point, 8-point font.
It just means more like we can put that something up top so I can get that whole bottom area to jot down notes on. What I need margins, Rob. I need margins on the left or the right, top or the bottom to jot down my notes.
And the score. I mean, there's nowhere to write the score there in this one. But this one's okay. It's all right. Who do we like? Auburn, obviously, number one team in the country and number one seed in this bracket. I love Auburn, but it is the SEC, which means it could go a lot of different ways. Florida, the number 2 seed, Alabama 3. Tennessee is number 4. Who do you like from that next 4 after that? From 5, 6, 7, and 8.
I mean,
Kentucky, Missouri, Texas A&M, and Ole Miss. Anybody?
I guess Texas A&M. If I have to not take one of those 4,
Texas
it would be
A&M
Texas
showed me
A&M.
they could beat Auburn, so they beat Auburn. That's the team I would pick there.
Kentucky's down a star point guard, so that's going to be tough for them. Missouri, we talked about Missouri's recent struggles, and defensively, can Missouri stop anybody from scoring?
I feel like Buzz Williams is also like college basketball Tibbs. Like he will just run his guys into the ground. So yeah, give me A&M.
But overall, I like Tennessee to win this one. Give me Tennessee, best field goal percentage defense in the nation. You've got somebody in Chaz Lanier who is a bucket getter. Couple that with Ziegler out there as well, one of the leaders in assists per game in the nation. That offense does get stagnant. We talked about it some earlier. Rosa brought it up some earlier, but I think with those two there, they'll get you a bucket somehow when things get in the mud. And defensively, you know what you're gonna get from Tennessee.
I'm gonna go. I think Florida's gonna win it. Florida's gonna win the SEC tournament.
All right.
The Gators.
I think it's going to be Auburn, Alabama, and Auburn's going to win it. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Auburn will win this time.
Okay.
All right. Next bracket, the Big 12 bracket.
This is wonderful. You say, look at all that space for notes up there in the top right, and then again in the bottom right. Like that whole right side, I can put notes in.
We don't need all the logos down at the bottom or that little fluff on the side.
No, get the logos out of here, people. We don't care about that. Get that out of here. And again, make that top part, make it a little smaller.
Yeah.
A team that I like here at number 7, Baylor. They've been very interesting to watch. They've been a good bet. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. You've won money.
And I really like Arizona. As I said earlier, Houston's offense kind of scares me a little bit, but yeah, I do. I'm a big fan of Arizona. Watching
Arizona doesn't play good enough defense to me. I think they have the opposite problem that Houston has, where Houston, they don't score enough. Arizona's not going to stop very many people from scoring, I don't think.
And another team I like here is BYU.
Another one of those teams, I don't think defensively they have it. I like Iowa State in this one.
Yeah.
Iowa State, 4th highest scoring team in the conference, and they can defend at a high level as well. And you're going to have to be able to score on Houston and, in critical moments, stop them from getting a bucket. I think Iowa State can do that. I don't think those other two can. When does Arizona and or BYU potentially play a Houston or an Iowa State?
Arizona will play Houston, or Houston will play BYU in the semifinals, and then Arizona would play Houston in the finals.
Okay, and Iowa State and BYU play.
Yes,
potentially they play. I would like Iowa State in that matchup with BYU, but it's going to be fun. This is going to be a good tournament to sit down and watch.
Yeah,
it's going to be a whole lot of fun.
So what do we think of the bracket? It's okay.
Good
space.
I like it more than both the SEC and the American. So right now it's Big 12 1, SEC American.
All right, you ready for the worst one?
It can't be worse than the American.
Big 10.
Oh, come on, man. Where am I putting my notes at?
There's not even a line to put the champion.
Oh, come on, man. awful. That's an atrocious one. It's just so much space. You don't need all that space.
And it looks like it's for racing.
It does.
It does look like it's for NASCAR. I don't mind this because I can read it. It's the first one that I can read, so it's number 1. What did we just see last? The Big 12?
Big 12, yeah.
And the SEC.
Yeah.
What do we like about the Big Ten? I think Michigan State's playing their best basketball of the year. UCLA might be playing their best basketball of the year.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. I like Wisconsin in this one. They are 20-11 against the spread. Top 20 in the nation in that metric, and that's second only to good old Sparty. But I'll be damned if I pick Michigan State to do anything worth a damn.
Rutgers just fell off all year, huh? Got the 2 players and
got the 2 freshmen and not much else has happened.
They have star-studded freshmen, but a disappointing season. We're from Memphis. We've never seen that before, have we?
Yeah, Rutgers and Illinois, I think, are among the more disappointing teams in the Big Ten this year because both of them started the season ranked. Illinois got ranked pretty highly, if I remember correctly, and then just sort of falling apart. Illinois, we talked about Missouri, one of the teams that beat Missouri, Illinois, earlier in this season. So yeah.
All right, this might be the worst one. The ACC bracket.
Oh, that's fine.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, the logos are way too large. Don't need all of that. But I got places to put notes at.
Who's
this?
I don't know where
ACC.
I don't know where you're going to put the score. And then now, like Virginia Tech's playing Cal, so I have to write in the winner, and do I have to also draw the logo?
It looks like pop-up video, like these little bubbles.
That's stupid.
It does.
But
terrible. I can see the logos.
All right, we love Duke.
I like that.
Not a whole lot of value. Minus 340.
Yeah, we like Duke
there, but 21-10 against the spread. Top 10 nationally against the spread.
Clemson would be the other one.
Yeah. Maybe Louisville. Louisville has had a resurgent sort of season.
Or we've seen Hubert with some
magic,
some March magic.
This team's not good though.
They don't have any, like you said, Rob.
That's why they signed
1-11 against the.
That's why they signed a GM
one.
in the middle of the season. It was like, okay, you're going to be in charge of getting players for Hubert Davis. Like you're going to be in charge of this.
All right, one more. Big East.
Here we go. I bet they do it right.
Yeah, the Big East.
Yeah, there it is.
That's perfect.
It's
even got the TV channel for every game.
That's wonderful.
Which I think is good. Yeah.
It does have that's very important.
Yeah, and the lines are good that you can put your teams in, put the score, plenty of room for a score as well. They got the times. Yeah, I think very well done by the Big East. Big East.
They're number 2.
That's good.
I'll go number 2 because of the simplicity there. My official rankings. Wait, who's going to win the Big East? We're going St. John's. They probably won't win it. I think they could lose this tournament. I mean, I think you've got schools like Creighton. I think you've got schools like Marquette. They just beat Marquette on a little buzzer beater.
Yeah,
so
Marquette playing Xavier, maybe the winner of that game.
Yeah, right. Like the Big East is a good conference. There's capable teams here.
Don't count out Connecticut, right?
Yeah, that's my pick. I'm just gonna ride Dan Hurley until it falls off.
Pause. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I mean, it might fall off.
My rankings official of the brackets.
What do you got?
I'm going number 6 is the SEC because I couldn't read a damn thing from where I'm sitting. I could not read it. Number 5 is the AAC. Number 4 was the Big 12. Number 3 was the ACC because I could at least see the logos. Number 2 is the Big East because I did appreciate the simplicity. And number 1 was the Big 10 because I could read everything on it from where I'm sitting. Those are my rankings.
You got to be able to read it, and you got to be able to take notes down.
You've got the back of the sheet of paper to write notes on.
I need both.
I need to be able to read it.
All right. Well, there you go.
You take that many notes?
Yes.
God, you are the note man.
Our new game. What bracket do you like? Hope you enjoyed it. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll look at the college basketball game of the night and free picks. Before we get out of here, this is the Odds Couple Monday edition of the large program here on Grind City Media.
Can't wait. It's time to get it popping. It's going to be crazy. The fans are going to be loud. We need just energy.
Behind the back to Jared for the flash.
We're going to need, the form rocking. We're going to need, everybody in Memphis to be out there to come to support.
When the fans are good, we're good. Simple as that.
A Bain 3, yes sir! Desmond Bain with ice water in his veins.
We'll ride the energy together.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, one exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
Are you aware of the story of Larry Brown and John Calipari coming to see you at an AAU tournament?
I knew Coach Calipari was in the crowd. I had this incredible game. I had maybe 17 dunks in the first half or something. One of my guys was like, "Yeah, I think Coach Calipari was speaking with one of the NBA scouts, and they're saying, yeah, you're not going to go to college, bro. You're going straight to the league." I was like, "That's the plan, but if I don't, I definitely want to go to Memphis," and that's how I went down.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Welcome back to the Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Now you got it.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Odds Couple.
I do that to Chris at least like 2 to 3 times a week, where he starts talking. I'm like, hang on. All right.
Welcome back, everyone. This is the Odds Couple Monday edition of the program. We will be back with you on Thursday at 2 o'clock as well. The college basketball games of the week, there is a big one tonight. Sun Belt Championship.
Fun Belt.
Someone is going to punch a ticket.
Let's go.
We like Arkansas State.
I like Troy tonight.
Are they playing Arkansas State?
They are playing
Damn
Arkansas
right
State
they are.
tonight. Troy getting 2.5
Why do we like
points.
Troy? OCU, Minor, and DeMarcus Ware are not playing.
No. I'm liking Troy plus 2.5 and over/under is 137.5. I don't know why I'm liking Troy. I just like Troy.
I don't either. I don't like your disrespect to Jones Boogie Arkansas.
Oh, it's no disrespect.
And the Brick House. You been to the Brick House in Jonesboro?
No, I haven't.
No, I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Memorable?
I mean, I remember it. Yeah. So so it's not great then. I mean, the best nights are ones you don't remember. Yeah. But shout out to Jonesboro.
All right. We got some free picks to give you before we get out of here today. CJ, what you got?
Let's go over to the West Coast Conference, where you've got Gonzaga taking on San Francisco, laying the 14.5, and St. Mary's. Who are they taking on? They're taking on Pepperdine minus 19.5. St. Mary's beat Pepperdine twice this year by 24 and 30. So go ahead and give me the Gales. Give me the whatever St. Mary's is. I'll take them. And then the Zag, second best field goal percentage team in the nation, leads the nation in assists per game, right around 20. They're taking on San Fran. 14.5 is what they're laying. Last time they played them, beat them by 20. Only 2 teams have only 2 active coaches in the West Coast Conference have made it to a conference championship game, and that's Bennett for St. Mary's, few for Gonzaga. Everybody else is playing for 3rd and 4th. So give me those 2 teams. Parlay them, get plus 270-ish odds. So parlaying Gonzaga minus 14.5 and St. Mary's minus the 19.5 against Pepperdine. I thought about doing just money line picks on that. St. Mary's is something ridiculous, like plus 6,000 against Pepperdine. So yeah, there's not a whole lot of value in that pick. But yeah, parlay those, and you should be in a good spot.
All right, I like St. Mary's tonight as well. One of my plays, my bigger plays. I got Troy plus the 2.5 against Arkansas State. Texas A&M, Corpus Christi, Northwestern State. We're taking over 128.5.
Ooh.
Yeah, over 128.5 there. And the San Francisco Gonzaga game, over 153.5.
Okay.
One ice hockey NHL game tonight. Edmonton, 3-way money line. Take them in 60 minutes. Edmonton at Buffalo. It's about minus 125. You can get Edmonton on the 3-way money line at Buffalo tonight.
We're going to go... a veteran in the college basketball game in the NCAA tournament. He ended up getting John Calipari up and out of there at Kentucky. We're going to go Greg Campy and Oakland plus 3.5 against Bob Morris, Robert Morris. City greater than person. So
there we go.
Oakland over Robert Morris. That's a minus 112 plus 3.5. If you want to parlay that with a money line Arkansas State, that can get you plus 222.
Oh.
Deuces all around. But Oakland plus 3.5 tonight against Bob Morris. City greater than person.
City greater than person. Maybe that'll be the title of today's show. We thank you for joining us here on The Odds Couple today. Don't forget, we'll be back on Thursday as well. The three of us will be with you on a Thursday at 2 o'clock, live at 2 o'clock, previewing what's coming up this weekend. The conference tournaments will already be underway, so we'll get you up to date on those as well. Plus, update you on the Grizz and everything going on with them as they got a big weekend ahead here at FedEx Forum. So, lot coming up on Thursday. Thank you for joining us here today. For CJ, for Roser, for Lang, who's out this week, I'm Fish. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you again Thursday at 2, right here on The Odds Couple on Grind City Media.